Assalamualaikum. Hari ini hari terakhir. Kalau ini hari terakhir harusnya ini ujian, tapi aku nggak tahu ini ngapain gitu.
Apa jadinya nggak UMR kan? Di luar nggak terima kan?
Bukan nggak keterima, nggak ada sih beasiswa pun. Sing adain malah S2, S3 loh. Aku opsi gue cuma haus. Ini nggak haus, aku nggak bisa kemana-mana. Jadi kayak
UMR udah fix.
aku udah bayar. Jadi
Bayar kita kok nek harusnya ada batas waktu nek soalnya.
aku jawab beasiswa 100 loh.
Ya kan nek tinggal beberapa sekarang jangan mahal. Kan ada tenggat biasanya saya tenggat bayar.
Mereka tenggatnya sampai 30 kok.
Saya 30 juga lagi naik.
Malah lama tinggal. Jadi ini kelasnya kayak gini. Kelasnya sepi. Ini ada Jovian, ini ada ini. Terus ini ada Mr. Woko di situ. Rupanya dia anti kamera, alergi kamera, jadi
Good morning, sisters, teachers, and all our present. Before we start our activity for today, let's listen to the word of God and pray together. Let's stand up.
Ada 11 ya.
Selamat dan berdoa dengan lurus. Amin.
lu mau kelihatan kameranya nggak?
Bacaan yang dari Injil Yohanes bab 21 ayat
Sampai kita maju.
15. Kemudian Yesus melambaikan diri lagi kepada murid-muridnya di pantai Danau Tiberias dan dia melambaikan diri sebagai berikut. Di pantai itu tidak ada di antara murid-murid itu yang berani bertanya kepadanya, "Siapakah engkau?" Sebab mereka tahu bahwa Ialah Tuhan. Marilah kita menyanyikan lagu Mars Davian.
Greeting to the teacher.
Mohon perhatian akan adanya beberapa informasi. Informasi pertama ditujukan bagi kelas pemuda atau PKN, mohon spesial untuk perlengkapan kasih bunga dan penyelamat semangat Al-Quran. Ekaristi
Pokoknya itu udah tanyain jawaban kok aneh, oh coba ketahui aja.
Nih, foto.
pendidikan Indonesia. Ya.
Ini nih videonya 1 jam, tak rilis 1 jam di YouTube. Sedikit Jawa Tengah gitu. Hah? Halo Pak. Ini baru pengen ngomong. Wewe opo?
Bahasanya kayak
Awe. Yo. Apa kan ngomong apa? Enggak konteks kalimatnya opo.
bisa banget
kan bagian susah apa?
bisa bisa di
Batasnya kan terus mendetik ini baru ya itu tidak lihat ini pada akhir dari shocking jadi siapa yang ngerti
Terus I got to
Gue converse terakhir sama tim sama
ini loh saya pada akhir
remote.
saya nggak perlu dihafal sebagai karena kan ada apa yang satu kalimat
Sama tim sama mood. Terus kan pindah ke aku toh. Aku tone, terus aku sing jawab pertanyaan A sama B. Udah aku selesai tone sama pertanyaan A B itu selanjutnya sana kowe. Kowe tinggal pertanyaan terus kowe posing bener-bener.
Menurutku ini terlalu banyak.
Kita ada limit berapa? 10 menit ya?
8 sampai 10.
Lebih gak sih?
Jadi toh menurutku ya sentral kita punya pertanyaan.
jadi itu salah tulisan saya dan kamu apa mau bisa kalau lagi ya
gue
Nah,
mau
itu kan
sih.
orang Indonesia kan sebenarnya kayak gitu jadi
cancel kalau penulis training
ya kita datangnya
jadi
jam
aku
8
tuh
sore.
gue kalau di Victor Word itu kurang sesuai sama interpretation yang region sebelah itu baru apa sih selesai Jen hah nah itu kalau dihatiin tau gue sampai di Victor Word tuh sampai punya aku sampai yang reflection itu baru aku reflection juga
Oh, tapi awalnya masih
iya kita bagian gue sampai reflection langsung soalnya aku kalau reflection tuh aneh
Iya, iya. Aku sampai akhir banget terus baru keluar yang refleksi. Aduh.
aku level kalau aku
Dia nggak punya jadi yang jadi geogram ya.
tapi apa terus kita tahu nih kita isinya banyak kita emang nggak bagus tuh soalnya kuliah kita ini nggak lengkap nggak banyak itu tuh nggak banyak jadi tanyain kayaknya kita sudah lengkap sih
Aku jadi pengen ke kelas aja.
dan ditanyain tes dia tuh aja ditanyain Jen
Serius.
dan ditanyain apa yang bisa ditanyain Jen ditanyain terus sorry mas dan
Tapi saat kemarin baca ntar gue ditanyain babnya.
orang baca boleh pas lain pada baca boleh
Tapi ditanyain banyak.
diskon
Mereka emang gue
nggak ditanyain di list betul nggak ditanyain nggak ya saya pengen kalian itu baca boleh ditanyain apa enggak ada itu ngaruh ke isi kontenmu lengkap apa belum nah kalau belum lengkap bakal ditanyain
Saya kemarin kelas bio berarti kelas A. Katanya ngomong, kamu gawenya apa di POM ini? Kamu gawenya apa? Kamu bagian apanya? Kamu bagian kontennya atau kamu yang bagian gambarnya? Jelas
Semua.
jawabannya ini kalau Jogja pasti bakal ngomong saya gambar terus saya konten. Nah,
aku semua
oke jadi uang
Oke.
jadi UMN.
UMN. Kenapa?
Gara si gue tau Eva pas
akuntansi.
Eva Amelia
dia nawarin aku beberapa bulan yang lalu beberapa minggu lalu toh dia nawarin chat misalnya gue masuk UMN tak tawarin kos gitu.
emang dia UMN kok
Enggak, tapi mereka dia deket nih kono. Dia apa tuh gedungnya kayak sebelahnya gitu.
dia apa tuh MNP
Lupa namanya. tapi deket UMN.
jadi MNP dong jadi dia apa jurusannya tahu nggak
Akuntansi.
akuntansi kuliahnya di UMN ini di MNP
Ya enggak di UMN di sebelah.
nah sebelah itu MNP tapi MNP itu udah akuntansi
Oh, tapi kosnya tempat kosnya sama gitu. Aku awalnya nggak mau UMN ini gara-gara Jakarta ini.
Nah katanya apik lah. SMK tuh mau Jakarta tuh saya tahu Ramos beda dari Jakarta ngono.
Tapi nek misalnya demo apa-apa, apalagi Indonesia ke Propio gitu.
Tangerangnya jangan demo, Jakarta itu baru demo. Tangerangnya kayak semua baru gitu loh.
Dia sebagai prioritas takut.
Yo yo lah, aku sing ditarget duluan. Muka aku sing di nek misalnya aku dikira orang.
Tangerangnya biar cuma.
Iya sih.
Tangerangnya hampir 90, enggak 80%.
UMN ini deket tol loh.
Ora, yang diketahui Prasmo.
Aku pernah lihat pas itu di Jakarta tuh, tol lewat tol ini ada gedung UMN tuh ya. Nggak tahu. Gak pengen.
Jogja, Solo ini bosen nih, mending Surabaya nih, nggak Jakarta tuh paling mending. Tapi Surabaya yang nggak seasik itu, jadi mending Jakarta.
Jakarta.
Ya, Jakarta.
Ya wes ngapa nggak gue balik?
Aku boleh Jakarta ujung-ujungnya, tapi aku nggak mau di sini.
Tapi dari tahun berapa gue pengen balik?
Dari lama.
Binusnya Jakarta loh, akhirnya
Iya.
Binusnya ono mana wae toh?
Ono Jakarta, sampai Tangerang.
Semarang.
Semarang, Malang, Bandung. Ya, itu tak ada.
Ingatku Surabaya.
Surabaya nggak ada binus.
Nggak ada.
Adanya Malang, binus Malang.
Yang aku tahu Binusnya akeh Cina nih.
Iya.
Katanya Binus bisa pindah kampung.
Iya.
Iya.
Bisa.
Itu opsional apa harus?
Opsional.
Opsional. Itu S1 apa S2?
S1, S2 ada, tapi nek yang mau pindah katanya S1.
Satu.
S2 itu aku cuma berapa tahun, Mas? Orang mereka masih lama berarti. Kira mereka cepet jam.
Ya kan itu kan terus antrian nomor 2 kan ada di. Kowe ndelik to tadi nek kono. Aku main sandi apa yo?
Beli Poco F6.
Apa tuh?
Poco F6 tuh harganya nggak
Ini tuh udah 6 tahun bro, jadi ini udah statusnya elit.
Tapi
Ini statusnya wes elit iki. Wis 6 tahun loh.
ya,
Lalu ganti HP setiap
apa itu lihat?
ngapain dah
Ya.
sekarang
software.
Aku nggak mau.
bisnis
Ada apa ya sih katanya?
Tapi kok bentuknya software itu?
Tentang apa tuh komputer?
Intikus dari
Dia ngecek kamu baju bunda.
Cincin backgroundnya, aku yang buat ini, sama bawah. Ini tak tulis sendiri. Tapi tulisannya aku. Boleh.
nggak mau masih bau cat boy.
Iya, terima kasih.
Aku mau pulang.
Enggak, kamu mandi.
Pasangan 3 dan 4.
Ya, pasangan 5, let's go.
Plastik itu dalam juga.
Oh iya. Sukses gak? Terus gitu. Oh iya.
Tanyain.
Hah? Gak ditanyain tuh antara speechless loh.
Enggak, si hampir juga kayaknya enggak.
Nanti lewat sini nanti, lewat sini. Biar kamu.
Kayak dibolehin ya.
Nanti lu bisa set gitu. Ya jangan ngomong. Mana dong?
Oke, Dre. Ditanyain nggak, Dre?
Enggak, tergantung kamu kayak kalau kamu dikit ditanyain, kalau kamu cepat ditanyain. Oh enggak kaget. Oh gitu. Kembaliin enggak?
Tapi aku kemarin tuh cuma setor kirim, cuma beli anti
Aduh, aku kesakitan.
Ngebut semalam gitu mesti. Ngebut semalam.
Ini tuh like and they have and hurt dibanding punya kita.
Sing bagus tuh ya biasanya sing cewek. Aku wajar biasa.
Ya iyalah cewek tuh yang
Wah, ngecek banget nih lumayan.
Iya lah.
Ngecek banget nih.
Kenapa ini? Halo. Aku masih bisa bocor. Dia sampai pegang web. Ben.
aku cuman
Kamu nggak pulang dulu ya? Aku langsung bicara nggak ada. Semuanya.
Nonton dulu kan?
Aku nunggu lah, coba ini. Kamu ngapain masih di sini?
ngapain istirahat cacing krem
Lu gimana sih?
Assalamualaikum. Ini punya os. Ini bagus banget ya guys. Ya. Terlalu niat guys. Halo dulu.
Hai.
Minta masuk YouTube.
Oke, tahu.
Sopo.
Victor. Makasih dulu.
Jawaban zaman apa tuh nih sempat.
Akhirnya tulisannya Walter White le.
Kok tiba-tiba itu? Kok tiba-tiba?
Akhirnya tulisannya Walter White le.
Apa itu?
Job, kira-kira seniat ini nggak gue Job?
Kemarin aku bantuin sih.
Ada yang kenal muka ini enggak?
Seniat ini nggak?
Ngap owi.
Akhirnya tulisannya Walter White le.
Aku pas pertama kali dapat sabaran tuh ya kira-kira. White.
Mr. White.
Wow. This is so long.
Orang Jakarta tuh tinggi-tinggi nggak? Job. Orang Jakarta tuh tinggi-tinggi nggak?
Enggak, orang Jakarta tuh pucat-pucat.
Ya. Ya, jangan nggak mau kalah tinggi gitu.
Loh, orang Jakarta tuh enggak tinggi, pucat-pucat. Enggak kena sinar UV tau.
Enggak lah, enggak sih.
Dinner with Jesus. What if you have dinner with Jesus, you consultant with Jesus to save this life?
Apanya dari kita atau?
Ini aja mudah-mudahan masih cukup, mudah-mudahan kalau tidak nanti kalau bosan dia pakai yang boleh.
Iya.
Pasangan 5 di kiri, pasangan 6 di kanan. Thank you. Oke. Tahu kiri. Nilainya aduh enggak tahu 67 mungkin. Kalau belum dihitung gitu. Thank you. Silakan ditempel, pastikan cukup kuat, artinya pas-pasnya tidak jatuh.
Ya bisa.
Oh.
Biar ini Mister, biar ada footage. Kalau misalnya kayak 5 tahun ke depan gitu, saya mau tahu betapa malunya saya di SMA ini. Malu gitu. Nah, orang mau tua tuh ya.
Enggak dong. 5 tahun ke depan kamu ingat ternyata di SMA petualanganku ya kadang ada momen di mana saya sebagai siapa ini namanya Joseph, ada momen di mana saya gembira, mungkin agak ada tantangan, tetapi ternyata itu memberi saya fondasi lebih.
Mister,
Jadi
kan-
saya
Kan ada ini Mister, kan di intinya kan ada 2 pertanyaan yang di setelah tim mood dan tone itu dijawabnya masing-masing atau kayak keseluruhan?
itu bukan bagian saya untuk menjawab saat ini itu kan udah kemarin harus persiapan itulah tanggul di samping.
Iya, tapi saya tidak siap dua-duanya, saya cuma konfirmasinya itu.
Saya melihat nanti kamu tampil.
Ini Mr. Timer nggak? Mr. Timer nggak? Oke.
So pasangan 5 Joseph dan Jukin tampil dulu. Saya foto dulu. Terus ada foto-fotonya dulu. Okay, good. Can sit somewhere. So you have your 9 and 10 minutes to deliver your speech. Joseph and your poem.
Ini pas angka 30 start ya.
Angka ketok udah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gas.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Walcott, Oscar, and Kevin. Today, my name is Joven and I'm here with my partner Joseph.
Yeah.
We would like to present our poster, our annotation of a certain poem named Hope is the Thing with Feathers. This short yet powerful poem was written by Emily Dickinson back in the 19th century. Emily Dickinson was a famous American poet. She lived much of her life in seclusion in Amherst, Massachusetts. She managed to write nearly 1,800 poems. Unfortunately, only a handful were published when she was still alive. Most of her poetry was discovered after her death and was published posthumously by her families and literary scholars in 1886. Now we would like to discuss the deeper meaning behind this poem. The theme of the poem is stated in the first word, the first sentence. Hope is the thing with feathers. Now the thing with feathers is just a metaphor for a bird. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soil, just like normal bird perches in the branch of a tree. This bird of hope perches in our soul, in each one of us. It lives inside us and sings the tune without the words, which means that it constantly encourages us, it constantly supports us, but we cannot physically hear it or physically see it. We can only feel the power of hope and never stops at all. It means that hope is everlasting. It constantly motivating us to move forward. And in the second verse, it starts with, and sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm. The gale represents predicament, and the storm represents severe and painful experience. If we translate these two lines, it means that we can clearly feel hope in our lowest point of life, when we experience a severe and painful experience. That could abash the little bird that kept so many more. Even though this bird of hope comforts many people, it may get silenced or discouraged by this gale, by this storm.
So, the next part I'm going to describe it is the third verse. I heard it in the chillest land, and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. So we're gonna discuss about the first two lines of this verse right here. I heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea. So this, from the poet's experience, trying to say to us that the poet's experience has already felt it in the situation that was not so good, meaning that it was in some of the situations where it's a little bit dangerous, a little bit, you should be a little bit hectic, it's a little bit thrilling. And sometimes it's that type of environment that we have to adapt. Yet never in extremity ask a crumb of me. So, never in extremity. Extremity explains the difficult moments, the moments where it's almost impossible to break the loop. And in this, yet never in extremity, is that in the most difficult moments, it asks a crumb of me. It asks a crumb of me. Meaning the human body, or at least the human mentality, was discussed to take part, to take certainty, to be believing in themselves, to sacrifice something in order to break those difficult moments, in order to survive, in order to survival and things like that. It asks for a crumb of me, it demands nothing in return, sacrificing moments to make or to live towards the difficult moments right here. So the theme obviously in this story was about hope. Hope is the thing with feathers. And the thing of this was that the poet's experience of why it was hope was that it was a constant force that would support every person living in their soul. It's also enduring and resilient, meaning that if you want hope to happen, if you want something to happen, we must do it ourselves. We must try to break the loop of ourselves. We try to do things that may be hard, but that's the only thing that can survive. Is that during those difficult moments when there is completely nothing, completely like absolutely you can do nothing, just trying to find steps, and that is where hope kind of comes from. Even in the darkest times, it also has a selfless and persistent nature. Hope can exist anywhere, even during times that we don't even want to. But it is that exact moment where we need to take a step. We need to do something. Even if it's hard, we still need to do it because there is basically do or die. We have to do it or we will execute ourselves. And the mood, of course, it is because it was hope. It tries to be something that was a little bit uplifting. It's trying to be inspirational for the readers, trying to look at this poem, trying to see the metaphor that was, or the analogy of some of the couple of things that were being discussed. And it evokes a sense of quiet strength and reassurance, meaning that it demands a sort of like a moment to kind of see ourselves, to look at ourselves or what the difficult moments was, and trying to, how can we break that system? How can we literally do something in order for those things to overcome those things to a much more better life? And it can be hard, but it remains faithful no matter how harsh life was. And it's those kind of things.
Now, Emily Dickinson portrays this poem in a gentle, optimistic, and respectful tone. The poet treats the subject of hope with admiration and tenderness, using so many metaphors. For example, it's the thing with feathers that represents bird, perches in the soul, just like the bird perches in the tree. Sings the tune without the words, even though this bird of hope may seem small and insignificant, it has the power to change our lives. Now, I can connect this with my very own experience in the past, where I feel like my life nearly fell apart during the pandemic of COVID-19. During the pandemic, my father nearly lost his job, and I had to shift into online school, and I cannot see my friends and family at all. I was trapped in my home, I was trapped in uncertainty, and my future seems very blurry. But there's this little part of me, this little hope, this little bird of hope that believes things will get better, it will get better. Now looking back, I see how hope really pushed me forward, because every time I feel like giving up, there's this part of me, this little hope that keeps motivating me, that keeps strengthening, encouraging myself, so that I can rise stronger and better than my previous form. And
so, from my experience as well, it does connect with my personal life. And there's a poem right here. This poem relates me to my personal life because it's also giving me hope for some things that I just didn't want to. For example, during like these past couple of weeks, I've been struggling to find a university. I've been basically searching anywhere that I possibly could go so that my future could be bright. But that moment didn't happen to me because there were very little options. There was still a little left. So I was feeling a little hopeless. But I knew to myself, I knew that I had to do something. Even if I don't go to university, I need to do something for a living. And my future looks very, very dark if I don't do that thing. So I gotta really reassure myself. And this poem definitely lifted me up because I searched this for like a month ago. And for me, it definitely does give me some credit. And also, it does make me feel something very unexpected because things like this just don't happen like very commonly either. And once you kind of feel it yourself, you feel very deeply resonate with this. And the unexpected can be something that can break the boundary. So that's it for our
real quick, after we finished this poem, there was a question that sparked in my mind. The question is whether or not hope is some kind of formula or not. Like for example, in this poem, it implicitly tells the story that whenever we are at our lowest point in the bottom of the pit, it will show itself. We can clearly feel hope, and then we will eventually rise again. But is it always the case in every situation? Can hope fail to bring us up? Can we fail to feel the hope whenever we are feeling down or whether we are feeling like the world may fall apart? Now I found this answer, the answer for my question last night. And to get this answer, I connect the poem with my own experience and religion. And the answer that I got is, yes, it will eventually get up again as long as we firmly believe and will continue to strive forward. We can surely rise up again with the help of hope, because it is eternal, it's everlasting in every one of us.
Okay, thank you. That's it for our poem. Now let's just move on. Is there any question from Mr. Wong or any of the two people that was literally spectating us? If there is any, please ask us.